He was a giant of jazz, one of the most influential artists in history. And Louis Armstrong lived right here in Corona, Queens. And now across the street from his home, a new center has opened celebrating his life and legacy. Ricky, I cannot believe that we are standing here in front of Louis Armstrong's house. And now we are looking at the new, what is that, right across the way from his home?
This is the Louis Armstrong Center, a building that's been about 25 years in the making. We have the house, we have the archives, we have the museum, all dedicated to Pops.
So where should we start? What are we looking at?
Well, it's kind of funny, What a Wonderful World has become his most iconic song, but people always ask, what was he thinking about when he sang that song? Because he did not write the song was written for him, but he said himself every time he sang it, he thought of 107th Street in Corona, Queens. He thought of 3 generations he saw grow up on that block, and when he would sing, I hear babies crying, I watch them grow, that was Corona.
So how was the exhibit broken down?
So our curator, Jason Moran, he had to go through the entire 60,000 piece archive, and he decided to put it all into 4 categories. Roots, which is Armstrong, his New Orleans years, his upbringing. Tools, you can see the trumpet gleaming right there. Then we have Armstrong on film, and finally Armstrong the Ambassador. And these 4 cases, you can spend an hour in each one, there's so much. But at the same time, it's just scratching the surface. And this table here, this is a touch table where you can come up here and pick any story.
Oh my gosh, Brewin' the Blues with Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can watch the whole performance, right here. Armstrong left behind about 750 reel-to-reel tapes. He actually says it on one of the tapes, he did it for posterity. He knew that there was going to be future generations who weren't even born yet, who were going to learn about him, be interested in him, and he wanted to be in control of his own story. So almost everything we see here, he collected himself.
In addition to all of this, you guys have a jazz room. So
Indeed.
What are you going to be holding in there?
We're still figuring out, but I can tell you there's going to be world-class performances. We're going to be giving trumpet lessons, bringing kids from the neighborhood in. It's all going to happen right here.
And wait, there's more. Shall we go to the archives?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
So these are all tapes. We have some of his record collection. We have all the books that were found in the Armstrong house. Here is Famous American Negroes by Langston Hughes. Wow. And it's inscribed. Now might be the time. Do you want to see a trumpet?
I would love to see a trumpet.
All right, let's do this.
What do you think Mr. Armstrong would say about all of this?
I mean, I know he would be humbled. I know he would be gratified, but I think there's a part of him that would have known, I deserve this. It wasn't from an egomaniacal standpoint, but there are stories where he would just walk up and down the street giving money away. And so word got back to his manager. He said, what are you doing? You're giving all your money away. And Louis said, what do I need money for? They're gonna write about me in the history books one day. So that, to me, explains, he knew it might not be immediately, it might be 52 years after he passed away, but if anybody deserves this kind of treatment, it's Louis Armstrong.